Welcome to Daddy's Money Garage. John's car's on a trailer.
It is.
Did we break it?
No.
Why is it on a trailer?
Well, I mean, I guess I can find out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I really just told everybody why it's on a trailer, then you wouldn't be watching this video that I put hours of editing into. I started working on this about like a week ago.
It's been a week.
This is my life now.
Yeah.
Rewind back to whenever I started doing this. It is Wednesday afternoon and I just got home from work, so I'm going to work on cars because that's essentially what my life has become. The weather is holding up really well too. It actually was supposed to rain like every day this week, and hopefully it continues to be like this because we have plans for this car for the rest of the week. Although today it will not be running. I am not starting this car until tomorrow when it goes to get an exhaust. People were going to be on the fence about whether we should leave it open header or put an exhaust on it. It needs an exhaust. The camera has a really good noise canceling function, so it doesn't really convey just the absolute sledgehammer to the ear that this car is. You hear everything, the roof rattling around, the engine, it's just loud. It's getting an exhaust tomorrow. Since I am not working on the Jet today, I have another project that I need to tackle. This is my 1965 Plymouth Sport Fury. It is currently not running, but it needs to be running because it's going to the No Name Nationals at the end of the month, as well as the Jet. About a month ago, I got in the car because I was going to take it to a show in downtown Nashville. I get in and turn the key and nothing, completely dead. There were no lights, nothing. It was just like a complete brick. I just think maybe the battery might just be so dead that it can't do anything. So I hook up jumper cables and it does nothing. So I'm like, okay, well, something must be wrong in the starter circuit. And I hook up a good old cheater button and that cranks over the engine just fine. But there was no fire. So I made sure that the key was on, and it was. So that leads me to believe that something is quite wrong with the starting and ignition circuit. As I'm going to disconnect my cheater button, which connects to the starter switch down there, I notice this. This is a fusible link. This is the old school equivalent of a main fuse in a modern car. What that is supposed to do is take all of the electrical load generated by the alternator, and it runs all through this to the ammeter in the car, and then from the ammeter it runs to the fuse box, and that is distributed throughout, you know, the necessary places inside the car. If this link burns out, it is essentially, you know, no power getting to anything, no power getting to the fuse box, no power to the lights, no nothing. It's just dead. This is the original fusible link. I tried to figure out exactly why this thing has failed, because usually when these fail, it's an indicator of an outside problem. Well, I have not added any big electronics or anything to this car. However, those black marks around the starter switch are a good indicator that it has shorted out. So I'm going to replace that starter switch, replace this fusible link, and then she should be good to run. You have to be careful when changing out these fusible links. If you use one that is the incorrect size, it will flow way too much current and it will not burn up. This is essentially the safety of the entire car. You'd rather that burn up than the rest of it, especially if you have not converted your classic Mopar from using an ammeter to a voltmeter, which is really the proper thing to do. I just haven't done it. The reason you want to change from an ammeter to a voltmeter is because it prevents all of the electrical current from running through the gauge in the car, because that's what it does. It runs from the alternator through to the, you know, switch, through the fusible link, into the car, through the ammeter, and then to the fuse box, and is dispersed. It's a really antiquated system that Mopar held on to longer than anybody else, and people replacing fusible links with ones that are too big, you know, not knowing what they're actually for, has led to more fires and burned cars than anything. So if you have not changed it and you're going to change this link, make sure you replace it with the proper gauge, because this is your safety. This is all you have. I have already ordered a new starter switch, and I just need to go get a new fusible link. You can get them at a parts store and get it wired in, and theoretically this thing should be fixed. So let me just head this off in the comments. Yes, you can replace this fusible link with a replaceable fuse. However, since every bit of current generated by the alternator runs through this, by design, that they're more functional with a fusible link system than a fuse, because this is a slow burning fuse, whereas a typical fuse is just snap, it's gone. That will take loads and not blow immediately. It'll take spikes, and it'll really only blow when it's supposed to. I've not had this experience myself, but I've heard a lot of times that This fusible link will be replaced with a typical fuse, and if you still use the ammeter and there's any kind of spike, it'll just blow this fuse when it's not supposed to. So if I were to put a fuse here, I would also have to change the ammeter to a voltmeter, and I'm not rewiring that much. This car, you know, still has its original. There's not a lot of electrical load, and it was fine until now, and I found why it failed. So I'm just gonna fix it and be happy. So upon further inspection, I need to replace a couple of connectors actually. This car was completely rewired a few years ago. I know it looks like a rat's nest. This is all new wire. It's ran exactly as factory would have had it, but for some reason, inside of that switch, there has been a short, and it caused a small fire, I guess. So it melted that link and it singed that wire. I'm gonna have to at least put a new connector on it, on both of those wires actually. And now I'm about to disconnect the fusible link from the bulkhead down there, and that runs to the ammeter. And for some reason that link is also ran to the horn relay. So I'm not quite sure why, but I'm going to splice it back because it would have been how the factory did it. I imagine that's so that the horn works even when the key's not on. So I'll get on that, and I might just cut to when it's done because I don't want to run out of sunlight and talk about this too much. We'll see what happens. Here is the starter switch. You know, I'm not putting that back in, but I've also noticed that this doesn't seem normal. I'm not sure that this is supposed to move around like that. I'm gonna go with it and just say that this is likely the problem. At least this is where I would start. Well, I just got back from the parts store in time for the sun to start going down. New parts, new starter switch, new fusible link in the right gauge, number 16. And that's what these are really measured in. They're not really so much measured in amp rating as much as they are in gauge. And with a fusible link, typically you want to go 2 sizes smaller than the wires you're connecting. So this should work perfect. John is on his way, the electrical wizard, and he's gonna probably finish this up because he has all the pieces that I need to put the thing back together. If there's one thing I don't like doing, it's electrical work, because I'm constantly afraid that I'm going to, you know, shock myself. That's probably a good reason you disconnect the negative battery cable, because as soon as you reconnect this thing, it's gonna be hot. So be safe about it. Here comes Big Daddy. I'm always happy to see this thing roll up. What's up, man? You here to help me fix my car that almost burned itself to the ground? I think all I really need is like a ring terminal and like a pitchfork looking thing. What's that called? It's the 2-prong. It slips under a bolt. It's pitchfork. Stab. What is it called? I don't know what it's called, dude. I don't do electrical stuff. That's your department. Forks. Okay, it's a stabby fork thing. Yeah, that thing. Huh, it's kind of weird. Fire is fixing this car and it's almost what ended it. Do you have any comments about how Mopar ran the horn circuit on the same as the ammeter?
That's I've seen dumber things. It's just a lazy way to get non-switched power into the car.
Yeah, because that post is hot. When you turn the key, it flips it to the starter signal. That post though is always hot. That's so that the horn works when the car is not on. This style of charging system, running it through the ammeter, the entire output, was antiquated when the car was new.
Yeah, that's like 1930s.
Yeah, I don't know why they held onto it for so long, but you know what, it works. If we wire it back up exactly how it was, we'll have no problems. Everything's all hooked back up. John, show your beautiful work.
You put it all together, I just put ends on it.
New switch, new fusible link, new connectors where they were needed. Now if I open the door, I should at least get lights because I wasn't getting them before. Yep, it's working.
Lights.
So now, let's make sure that she's gonna run. Why are the wipers on?
Probably because it was raining the last time that you,
That's fair.
It's gonna take a minute to build that carb up.
That sounded like something.
Yeah, you gotta get gas to your car because it's probably dry.
Dude, this battery's so low.
You got your jump pack?
Hang on, it might fire off. I might have just flooded it a little bit.
There it goes.
There it goes.
I see no fire.
Well, when that thing caught on fire, it was just sitting in my driveway. see how she stands up. It's weird, John, starting up an old Mopar and being able to hear myself.
Right.
This car's gonna be like a Cadillac compared to the Jet. You know, I forgot that was there. Well, this is fixed. I can drive it again. It's going to no name. And we're gonna go get coffee in the Cadillac.
Yeah.
We'll pick back up tomorrow when we're putting exhaust on the race car.
Yay.
It's Thursday, and we are in another shop that we could not possibly afford to buy, getting exhaust done. Guess who is doing our exhaust?
Hi.
A zombie. He's been dead for like 2 months.
Somebody we don't have to pay a lot of money.
We're not paying him at all.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Garrett, where have you been?
Been working.
You're getting ready for LS Fest.
LS Fest is Saturday. It starts Friday night into Saturday, Sunday.
So your boss is being very kind by letting you stay and get this done.
Yeah, he had to go home. He would be here, but he had to go home to take his son to work because his wife just flew to New York. I talked to him about it. I had to remind him. He's very scatterbrained. I was like, hey, we need to get this done. You know, we got drive coming up. He goes, okay. Well, I mean, you want to do it after work? I was like, I'll do it whenever you want me to do it. He goes, well, after work it is. So,
Yeah, I'm so glad that we're getting it done because on the way here, I thought my head was going to explode.
I bet. I mean, it dumps out right where you're at.
Yeah, open headers is cool for like a week, and then it's like, oh
No.
God, why?
Why? Why did I do this to myself?
What are we installing, Garrett?
Cherry bombs, 3-inchers.
Yes. Yeah, those will probably make it a little quieter. And we have header extensions and a set of tips, and Garrett's gonna have to bend some pipe to run it side exit. Yeah, something like that. Well, you want to be able to see it, you know, pull her out here. Like, I'm thinking like right, like over here.
No, let me see.
Boso Zoku.
If you had 2 of these, I would do 2 on each side and just leave it right there, Mad Max style.
I mean, you could go
that would
with
be
the
cool.
Dixon dump.
Dixon dump? What?
This number.
Yeah.
Oh no, dude, no.
Yeah.
We run the pipe out here and we get it like here, hold it up
Why?
like crooked like this. Yeah, like that, like all the diesel trucks do.
Just right there.
The rear axle leaks a little bit,
And
so
also, you park the car like this, like this.
Yeah, didn't notice until you park it at an angle.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take that wheel off and try to tighten up the bolts a little bit before we replace a gasket on it. Well, see, the thing is that fluid runs from side to side inside the axle tube, and that's what lubricates the bearing because you don't pack the rear bearings. That needs to be fixed. I want to point out, Garrett, you're the only one of us that's actually a mechanic.
I know, it says in the description.
Oh yeah, it does actually.
Channel about.
Yeah. How qualified are you with a welder? Is this welder the one you're using?
This thing's excellent.
This thing is like prime.
You got your shield gas. You got wire in there. Electricity.
Why don't we have one of these?
Because they're very expensive to buy new, and people want decent money for them used, and we got nowhere to put one, and we don't have 220-volt service.
Garrett, you made sure this 3-inch pipe is for high performance applications, right?
Absolutely.
Non-rusting high performance exhaust pipe.
Absolutely.
This is boneless exhaust pipe, right?
It is boneless exhaust pipe.
Is it organic?
It's gluten-free.
Oh, good. Oh, Lord, what is this?
This is what I'm cutting the pipe with.
That's a chop saw, is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was like some antiquated pipe bender or something.
Well, no, the pipe bender's over there.
Is that what that dune buggy is called, or is there like an actual pipe bending
just a
machine?
bouncing buggy.
It seems like a fitting name for it, because I mean, look at this thing. This thing looks terrifying.
That is something that doesn't really have much purpose in this part of the country.
It looks like a ton of fun to drive on Broadway, though. Okay, now I feel stupid because when I asked what that was before, I didn't see the saw part.
That's pretty good.
So what's the plan here, Garrett?
I gotta bend it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably bend it here to make it softer, come around.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
to try to keep sharp angles out. You want to avoid a 90, so kind of shoop it out in front of the rear tire.
Well, ideally you avoid any angle, but...
I mean, we could literally just have it just like that.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, but you know, we paid for the tips. Let's let people see them. It cost a whole $50.
Oh, my lord.
Well, after a few weeks of driving outside of just a couple little drips, she's doing really good. Tell me, Garrett, do you like bending pipe?
I do.
Do you like holding pipe?
I do.
Do you like blowing in pipe?
Yes.
You're doing a good job.
I appreciate it. So why do we need a tip? A tip right there, baby.
It looks like a gutter. You gotta at least have something shiny on it. I mean, it's painted in primer. It's got nice wheels. That looks actually really good though. Yeah, with that kind of bend up a little bit.
I try.
That looks good. Keep focus, Garrett. What? Focus. Just pretend it's a waterfall.
Sounds like someone ramping up a guillotine, ready to let her go.
Guillotine?
Guillotine, you swine.
You uncultured villain. So this is where you want it, correct? Bing, bing.
It's kind of like a group decision. John, do you have any opinion?
My opinion was tips were dumb.
Garrett, what's your opinion?
What was my opinion? Can't remember.
Okay, cool. So then I'm making an executive decision, and we're just gonna do it like this.
Don't look this way.
Wait, put on a... Let it be known that I did tell you to put on a hood.
Since it's painted, it's gonna be a pain in my rumpus.
Wire wheel and just take some paint off of it.
So I do need someone's help. Angle it where you want it. I have to tag it while someone holds it, or else it's gonna droop, and then I might have to cut it off.
Okay. I'm not looking. This is recommended. You know? Sweet. I didn't get electrocuted.
Why would you think you're gonna get electrocuted?
Because I don't understand electricity. Ask John how much I don't understand electricity.
Don't ask me. Don't. I don't want to talk about it.
I'm gonna commence trying to weld the rest of this.
Cool.
Alright.
While Garrett's over there welding, let me ask you a question, John. Have you ever bought a steak at a restaurant and gotten it medium rare and then not been able to eat it and taken it home and put it in the microwave and then like it be more cooked when you take it out?
I believe we covered this like 8 years ago. Cooking food is what a microwave is for. And if you buy a steak medium rare at a restaurant, you're screwing up because you should have bought it rare to begin with.
Guys, I just want to point out that a year ago we were scraping undercoating off this thing and now we're welding up an exhaust so that it's not horribly loud anymore.
That's right. Sorry, John.
I don't know if we've improved our safety measures yet, though. Hey, Garrett, I just want to remind you that you're going to have to get some seat time in this because I signed you up against your will to race Travis. Like, you didn't know. Like, I didn't call you or anything, did I?
No. No, you didn't.
Yeah. Have fun getting used to this very violent car and then racing a 440 truck.
Thanks. Oh, it's the 440.
Yeah, it's the big one.
Great. Even better.
So, Garrett, I hear you're done.
Yeah. You guys gotta bolt it now.
Yeah, you gotta bolt up these. That looks kind of loose. I was looking at the instructions that came with those header extensions. I want to point out it's like a quality control checkoff, and no one checked it off.
I did. That's good.
That's official.
That's official. That's right. 100% official.
It is all done. And Garrett, I don't even think you've started this car yet.
No,
So let me tell you what you gotta do, alright? Foot to the floor, crank it over, and then modulate because it has no choke.
Because it has the ideal carburetor on it.
Yeah, it has a great race carburetor on it, so that means it has no choke. Oh, right, yeah, you need the key. That's right. You missed out on all this.
I missed out.
Here's a key. It's the red one. Oh, man, that's way better. That sounds so much better. That is going to be way easier to deal with. What? I said that's going to be way easier to deal with. There's a little bit of tuning that needs to go on. The one thing that I have not tuned yet is the jets. I have not picked the correct jets yet. We got to pull a plug to do that, and I'm lazy. So I'm not doing it tonight. That's so much better. It's still louder than hell, but it's got tone, and it's back behind your ear. Now I got to retune everything.
This car means nothing to me.
Yeah, it's the Whistling Diesel sticker.
Went to Lake.
Yeah, we did. Why are you trespassing on my property? This clip is gonna have like no work in it, so it's gonna be quick. What are we doing, John?
We're going to take this over to my grandparents because they haven't seen the thing, and now it's got an exhaust on it, so we can do that without making everybody hate
them.
Are you telling me this is a presentable vehicle now?
I mean, you can still stick your foot in the...
Well, I said presentable, not good.
Yeah.
So...
It's in a good enough shape that we can take it over there, so I figure we'll take it over there.
And also, your grandfather has a truck and trailer that we can use to haul this to the drag strip tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's really why I'm taking this clip. In case it rains like it did out of nowhere.
It rained here between your house and my house.
Yeah. Which is
That's
about
it.
2 miles.
Yeah, as the crow flies. It was just like a storm burst that was like 1.5 miles long.
From this clip into the next one, it'll be either an apologetic outro or we'll be at the drag strip. There are a few other things we gotta do tomorrow before we go to the drag strip anyway to, you know, at least make it legal for test and tune. Your windows have to be able to go up.
Yeah, we gotta do that.
So I've got some leather straps and snaps and everything to get that set right. And a lot of people have asked about this windshield, and for test and tunes, it's probably okay. For NHRA events, it's not at all. No, it will get replaced. It's just, please tell me where you can get a 71 4-door Plymouth Valiant windshield just off the shelf. It's gonna take a bit of finagling to...
Somebody who knows where one exists, please.
Let us know. Safe Flight Repair, Safe Flight Replace.
I know somebody that works for them. They can't get this.
Hook us up.
I already asked.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're a failure.
I tried.
Well, tonight's the night, John. She goes to the track.
Yeah.
On a beautiful day. It's great. No problems. I don't see any problems with this at all. Also, we discovered that we have an exhaust leak. You can probably hear that.
Yeah, we can hear it now.
Yeah, you couldn't hear it before, but you can hear it now. Couple things. We blew out a shock, so we're gonna change that. We have to get these windows to, you know, go up. And then I think we're pretty much good. And I think Mopar Al's meeting us out there.
Yeah, I think so.
That's gonna be fun. Let's get this thing on a trailer and get what we need done. You remember what I said yesterday about how we would either be at the drag strip or it would be a giant disappointment?
Yeah.
Well, guess which one it is? The track got rained out. Mopar Al called me while we were doing some work on the jet. Last minute of working on the windows. We'll talk about that in a second. And he told me that the track had gotten canceled. They canceled everything because it was misting there and it was likely to keep going. So he got cut out of going to the track, and so did we. But we already had this thing on the trailer and we didn't really want to waste it, so we were thinking, well, what could we do with the car on the trailer? And we figured, let's just take it to the scales and weigh it. Because I took hours of footage and have edited everything, and I don't want to waste it, because we need to make money. How much is it going to cost for us to use this scale?
They said it's 13 bucks, which means it costs more than it did last time I was here.
Is it free if we just yank the paper and leave?
That might be rude.
Yeah, we got to weigh options here.
No, we're weighing this.
I hate you so much. I mentioned that we were going to go to Cars and Coffee as well, and we did. It was a total washout. Nobody came. It's just been a day of depressing disappointment, but we're going to try to make lemonade out of lemons, I guess, or, you know, whatever they say. I don't know. After you get that unchained, do you want to show the beautiful job we did with the windows?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You know, we could have just driven it off and not cared. I literally hit this thing with a hammer earlier and put a dent in it because I was bored.
Walked it all the way to this side of the trailer.
That's because it roasted tires right there. Let's show what we have done with the windows, because obviously they're up now. Oh, we don't have a light. It's too dark.
Can you not see?
No, you can't see anything. We left our GoPro stuff at the shop when Garrett did the exhaust, and it had the light for this camera on it. Look at that beautiful leather. We made these in the parking lot. They work great. Perfect. Works good enough for me.
They're riveted, so
it's like that on all four.
Yeah. So yeah, we got secure for up and down. You can't see the up one because it's right here.
Oh man, I haven't never been in this car with all the windows up.
Oh, it's gonna be something.
It's gonna be, well, it's got mufflers now. It's okay. I don't need ears anyway. If I lose my hearing, I'll be able to ignore all the negative criticism easier.
Dude, you've lost like half your hearing already.
What? perfectly honest with you, I don't know what a good weight is. So, I mean, I don't know what to expect. I know that we took a ton out of this car, but we also put a lot back in.
We don't know how much it weighed stock.
Yeah.
But we do know how much a stock one weighs.
This is the heaviest that it'll possibly be, though, because it's got a full tank of gas,
Full tank of fuel,
full of oil.
and we're as fat as we've ever been.
I'm the fattest one.
Yeah. I saw Alana Scher. She used to do a lot of work with Motor Trend. She grabbed one of these and they scaled it. It was a slant 6 auto with AC, bench seat, exactly the same car, and it was like 3080 with like half a tank of fuel. Well, that's how much it would have weighed before we ruined it.
What do you expect it to weigh?
Less.
Do we really care?
Not really. I just want to know.
Well, let's throw it on that thing.
I really do want to know, though. I have no idea. I just know cumulatively we have taken much out of it, but also added much back.
Is this even where it needs to be? You're the only one that's ever been on a truck scale.
Well, most of the cars on the front axle scale, there's a line right here, and this is on the tandem axle. That's the trailer axle scale. It's 3 scales.
Which one's the? I don't know this.
It'll figure it out.
Can you even reach this?
Yeah, there's usually a truck you stand on. What are you doing?
I'm gonna figure out. Oh, there's a button down there.
I pointed that out, but you were already getting on the car.
They both say call.
Then press 1.
Both. Did I hit it?
I think you may have. They should get an alert.
First every way.
Race car.
Is every bolt in that fender?
No.
Yeah, now we just got to figure out how much you weigh and subtract it.
It's impolite.
Get out of the way. It does sound pretty good with the new exhaust, though, gotta say. We're gonna run inside and get our scale ticket and see what's up.
We're idiots and we have to reweigh it.
I know.
This was all the stuff that was in the car when we weighed it the first time, and I'm not gonna get in it this time.
Yep.
So that we can just get a weight of just the car. I guess let's put it back on the scale.
All right, so your tool bag weighs a lot. It's like coming apart heavy.
There's a bunch of heavy stuff that was just in this car. But the good thing is that since we're taking out all this stuff, is that like we can get all the trash out.
Like your 3 half-strength Mountain Dew bottles.
How did you criticizing my life, John?
I mean, I just want you to finish things you start.
I will beat this shit. Okay, John, I've officially done this enough times, all right? I'm an expert. I know what I'm doing. What you gotta do is you gotta pull this car up right here on this line, and then you don't stand on the fender. You hit the button and tell them that it's a reweigh.
You put your entire weight on the steer axle. So we had it scaled out for like driving on the road, like with the breakdown bag and the extra 2 gallons of antifreeze and a battery charger for some reason.
The 4-digit number in the top left-hand corner of the ticket I gave you.
Oh, we left it over there.
Hold this.
Okay.
Hang on.
He's running to get it. Look at it go, man. I'll take
What
it.
was the digits she needed?
The top 4. This one should be more accurate.
Yeah. All right, so the first time we scaled it, Austin was standing on the car and it was full of all
that junk
stuff. It's scaled at the steer axle, 1920, drive axle, 1460, total 3380.
3380.
That was with all of that garbage in the car and you. A completely full tank of fuel and...
Well, that didn't change. It still got that.
Yeah, it still got that. Are you ready?
I don't know what a good number's gonna be, man. I really don't.
Well, the car was around 3,100 pounds before
roll cage,
race carification.
Heavy roll cage. We left all the doors on, and like we didn't really do that much weight reduction except for like what was easy.
40 pounds of undercoating, gutting the doors, the hood, the trunk. Firewalls made out of stainless steel. You ready?
Yeah, let's see the numbers.
Okay. 3040.
For having a cage and all that stuff, I don't know if that's good or not. That means before we had 300 pounds of stuff in it, and with me on it,
we had 340 pounds of stuff in it.
Jesus Christ, I need to lose weight.
Front axle's 16-20 pounds, rear axle's 14-20 pounds, total 30-40.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good split there.
There's 200 pounds more weight on the front axle than the rear axle, which isn't bad.
I'll take your word for it, because I don't know.
So the car lost 40 pounds, and it got a roll cage.
That's a good point.
And a V8.
That's a good point.
And the heaviest manual transmission I've ever handled.
And a scatter shield.
Yeah, and
everything.
That was 60 pounds.
So it's not too bad, I guess. I don't know. Everybody will let us know if it's bad.
There's a lot of crap on this car.
To try to be NHRA compliant, it has to be.
There's 100 foot of tech flex in there.
We didn't really care that much about taking weight out of it, and somehow we still did it.
No, there's like about 200 feet of wiring in the car.
Yeah.
Total.
Dude, that battery cable's heavier than hell.
And yeah, we used 1/0 battery cable, which weighs about a pound per foot.
Yeah.
And we used about 20 feet of it.
I mean, for all the weight that we added in, it's really it's not out of good A-body territory.
I was thinking it was going to be around 3. I was hoping it'd be sub 3, but we have a roll cage and a scatter shield and a block saver and like shocks on it.
Yeah.
You know.
And we didn't really care that much about getting weight out of it.
And we rhino lined it.
And yeah, we did.
And we made the firewall out of stainless because it's what we had.
Yeah.
And this is with the exhaust on it.
Yeah.
So it has a full exhaust on it.
Yeah. Not bad.
It's not bad.
John's been doing math, and we've been doing research to find out, like, comparatively, if this is a good weight for the car. And
Okay.
What have you found?
Well, the weight that I referenced was incorrect. That car had a bunch of cases of water and jugs. It was full of crap because the guy had just driven it across the desert. And it was 3065 with a slant automatic AC.
Which was what this car originally started as.
Originally started with, yeah. We gained 100 pounds-ish.
And that's with a full 6-point cage, all the bumpers, a V8 with 7 quarts of oil in it, 3 gallons of coolant, a big Chevy radiator, 10 gallons of gas, stainless steel firewall, and, you know, all the wiring. What's your verdict?
I'm happy.
I'm happy with it. I just want to go out ahead and say I never really cared about how much it weighed.
I just wanted to know.
Yeah. Safety stuff mattered more than the weight. It does have a Lakewood scatter shield, which weighs a literal ton.
The shipping weight on that package was 55 pounds.
The block saver plate.
Yeah.
Everything, all the safety stuff is heavy, but it's necessary. All in all, I don't know if it's a good weight. I'm sure people in the comments will let us know, but I don't really care because it's fun to drive, and that's what it was all about. You calculated the split though, right, didn't you?
The front rear weight bias split?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 46.5% rear, 53 change front.
So we're gonna autocross it.
It would be a good autocross car if it wasn't set up for drag racing.
Do you think I'd have to pay the $3 re-weight so I can get like my own weight? Because my scale at home just, it can't do this. It checked out a long time ago is what I'm saying.
This is actually a certified scale.
I have no idea what that means, but okay.
It means it's verified.
Is this a disappointment, John?
I mean, usually.
If you guys are disappointed that you didn't see any action at the track like we hoped for, I promise you, we are even more disappointed that we didn't get to go.
Dude, I've been pissed off all day.
But we can't control the weather, we can't control what the track does, and Al is extremely disappointed as well.
Yeah, no, when he called us, he was kind of not happy.
No, he wasn't. He didn't get the car loaded on the trailer or anything yet, and we did.
So we made a day of it.
Yeah, we figure it's on the trailer, let's go do something with it. I think Al is going to go back next weekend, and we're going to join him if he's still going. And I mean, we're going to do something with it next week anyway, regardless. Whether it's with Al at Buffalo Valley or we go to Union Hill on Friday, whatever. It's going to a track. It has to go to a track. I guess we have another week of tuning and putting stuff in that we want to put in, and chances to break it before we use it for anything that it was built for.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh God. Like and subscribe. Sorry if we're a disappointment, but at this point you should probably be used to it. If you pay attention to the community tab, then you already knew this was coming. So just go back and look. I actually posted it. I'm not making that up.
Did you? I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I know you didn't. I made it while I was in the bathroom. Like and subscribe. Please clap. Oh, so that strategy does work. Catch you guys in the next one.
See y'all.